Here is the last and final garden video for the year for my garden. I think this might be, hey, get out of there, Henry, get out. This might be, that's why you want to have a fence around it, because dogs will go in there and pee in your garden, right? Or dig it up. But just wanted to give you guys feedback on what happened for the year. So first of all, Japanese eggplant. I don't know if you guys can see them down there, but there's some down there. These are the long skinny ones. I just harvested them yesterday, so see how small they are now. That's what I got. But they didn't grow as good as they did last year, and just like the same thing goes back over here when you look at these jalapenos, you know, they didn't grow like they did last year. I think just like the tomatoes I had, I think the soil I needed to rotate. So these I've been growing peppers in this for a while, for years. So next year they're not going to be in here. The peppers will not be in this section, and I'm going to do some research about rotating the soil to make sure I'm successful next year and I don't have any issues. The kale's been rocking. We've had lots of kale this year, but I want to give you guys a little story. So over here in the front there was all kale too, right? Just like this, the lettuce was up there. Well, what I learned is that if you don't water it, like if you miss a watering session, right, and then you try to what you do is you'll notice the aphids might get on there. I don't know why. I guess they go when it gets drier or something, because I had a section of kale, the section that gets the most sun, and I didn't water it that one day, right? And then I noticed that those bugs got it and it ruined it, so I just ripped them out. These ones stayed okay, thank goodness. All these right here, all these kale, right? So I'm getting a lot of harvest of kale, but you know, my point is that you got to make sure you keep them watered. But if you water them too much, also, you guys, then you get like mushrooms in the soil. So there's a balance, right? It's just practice. You got to practice. So next year, I promise, next year I'm going to have, the reason why this bed wasn't up, right, is because that one needed to be rotated. It wasn't the soil, the tomatoes were not growing anymore. This is, say I put the tomatoes over here this year, right? And then now look, you know, I got tomatoes going over the trellis. I've been harvesting them. Big old tomato, big heirlooms, and then look at all these up here, right? All those tomatoes, right? And that's because this soil down here was a soil that I've never grown tomatoes in. So it was okay. And last year I only grew cucumbers. So therefore I rotated the soil. Now I got my growth back, okay? So I just want you guys to know, rotate your soil. Otherwise you're wasting your time out here. My backyard doesn't look the greatest right now because I've been dealing with that sciatic nerve issue thing. And I'm getting stronger, but I still can't. It's hard for me to bend down all the way, and so I don't want to hurt myself. Basically, I got some tomatoes, got some eggplant, got some peppers, got some kale, and then I had some lettuce at the beginning of the year. If you watch those videos, no apples. I did get some apricots in the apricot tree, but those got some. I learned another lesson, because this is only my first year of having really a lot of apricots. And I learned that you can get those little pincher bugs in there, and then they'll ruin your apricots. But I did get some, and they were really sweet. But what I heard is that you have to get that demicaceous earth and put it down. So next year I'm starting off with demicaceous earth on the apricots. I'm going to put it on all the other plants, because that way hopefully they don't have any problems with the pests. Other than that, yeah, grow a garden, you guys. It's fun. Why not? It's better than, it's better than the alternative of not growing the garden, because it's something to do. You're hanging out with Mother Nature. The universe will like you better for it, I think. So, all right, have a good year. See you next year.